Okay, today I thought I'd talk to you about my latest modular mock, and I thought I'd outline some of my design principles and choices and whether they work or not. This is actually a very unique building because it is designed to fit into a very specific spot in my city, which I'll show you now. So down here at the end of my city, we have the modular police station, as well as this 3-in-1 create a castle set that I've kind of mocked to be the end point of my city. But then I have this little break, this little patch right in the center here, which I would like to build something. Now, I do have part of the police station just here, and I can't have something here because there's this building, there's about 6 or 8 studs there. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could have a little kind of alleyway or a little path that would lead diagonally back through there. I also knew I wanted some verticality. I wanted to build something in the corner, but then I also wanted to build a skyscraper or quite a large building behind it. So this is what we ended up with. Now, I have to admit, it's not the most beautiful piece of work, but I'll explain to you what I'm thinking and why I like certain parts and dislike certain parts. So starting with the facades, you can see that there is a path leading back through there. There's an archway at the back with some panel tiles to kind of make it a bit darker in there. Now I do have some tiles coming, rounded tiles that I want to use for cobblestones going through here, which will make it look better. But for now, that's kind of the basic design. Now down here is a little chicken shop. Now I don't know why I put these cookies and cakes in front of the chicken shop. I guess it's because I didn't have any chicken. So if I do, I will replace them there. But I like this a lot because it really goes with the newsstand from the police station, which will be right here. So I like its size and I like its color. That's what I wanted to use, this, unique colors to create a little shop in there. Moving over to this side, I knew I wanted to create something that looked a bit older, to go in with a castle, a bit of like the old part of town that might have been renovated. So I wanted to make this little shop here, a little window at the back where that you can make your purchases. And there's not a lot of room, but I wanted to make it into basically a plant shop, a little, for succulents and little pot plants and little greenery that you could buy. And I really like the tan color here because it kind of gives it this sandy old world vibe mixed with the gold, a little bit maybe Egyptian or a little bit just ancient, which I quite like. And I really like this part right here. I wanted to include these windows, these rounded windows, and they're really difficult to figure out because they're actually not they're not those standard round size that Lego usually uses. So to find these base plates, you can see the base plates kind of overhang here, and then I had to use an angular one here. It was quite difficult, but I really like it. At the back in there is I have these white column pieces, and I wanted to use those in a certain way. So I just built some white columns with a white background to maybe give it a bit of a Greek or Roman kind of feel, maybe, some old big building. And I think the dark red roof kind of added to this aesthetic. Moving up a level, you can see here in the middle, I think this is dark nougat and this is nougat. And I really like using different and unique colors. I really want them to stand out in my city and not clash with anything around. I think I like the idea that these are kind of wooden or maybe an old kind of plaster. You can see I've added some details with the plants on the windowsill and also stepping this level back a bit opposed to this one. And then some masonry bricks and some modified bricks here just to give some more detail for this upper level, which I actually really like. I really like this upper level, even though it's quite plain. I do enjoy it. Now here, I wanted to use these rounded windows. I really wanted to make this kind of whole corner kind of draw you in. So I wanted to use the rounded pieces here and some rounded pieces here. Now I've used this color here. I can't remember which, I think it's sand green. And I wanted to use that because it fits in nicely with the side of the police station. But then going up, I wanted to use this lime green because I don't have any lime green buildings, and I try and use as many colors as I can in unique ways. And I thought, well, why don't I make, lime green? We've got sand green here. This kind of fits with the sand green, lime green. And then we have these trans green bricks, which I didn't have many of, but I really wanted to use somehow. And I think it kind of goes with the theme of this level. I knew I wanted to include a balcony on this level, just for the sole purpose that I wanted to put minifigs in here. I want to display my minifigs having fun, and a balcony is the best way to show minifigs doing that. This top level is my least favorite, and it's only 2 studs wide, but I tried to create some depth and different window designs with these, dark trans pieces, which I had, and I just wanted to try and create something that looked unique, but I'm not in love with it. Oh, and I forgot to mention this little guy down here. This is just I had these dark blue pieces that I wanted to use, and I think the blue contrasts the dark red quite nicely. Around the side it's pretty hard to see, but in there I have a cool studs not on top pattern, which is a shame that it's being wasted in that side, but I think it's just a nice little building that kind of complements the shop down the bottom and the other side, and makes this nice narrow passage. I know what you're going to say. It's just a bunch of facades, not a modular. And you're right. My building technique is very unique, and I can explain to you exactly how and why I do it this way. Firstly, I know exactly where I'm placing this. I know that the castle is going to be pressed up against this side, and that basically means that you're not going to see this. So I can use whatever color I want, the cheapest color. You're not going to be able to see this. You're not going to be able to see this. I don't even need to build this wall out because you're not going to be able to see any of this. The same goes for this side. I could have used any color here, but I had heaps of these pieces and they were really cheap, so I'm using it there. And once again, I know that the police station is going to be flush up against this side, so you're not going to be able to see that it's open. Now, you all know this, Lego is expensive. And that's why I don't build out a full modular, because that would just waste so many pieces. I know it might be ugly, but I build with the least amount of pieces possible because I need to save as many pieces as I can for other buildings. I don't want to waste building up a wall that barely anyone's going to see around the back here. The problem with this style, right, is that I can just look in the windows. I can just see in there and see that there's absolutely nothing behind it. Well, how do I fix that? Well, first of all, I could use black bricks and build up here, but I haven't done that yet. Or I could use black paper and cover up the sides. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'll use, but it's something that I think I'll come back to later. Once I have all my buildings in my city happily constructed, then I'll come back and maybe add detail or add interiors. But for now, I need to maximize my brick usage. So I'm not building interiors and I'm not building full buildings. So I'm going to build a skyscraper on the top here. So I need supports. Usually I use these 5x2s, which are great for supports, but here I wanted something thicker. So I wanted to use these 2x2s, which are just a bit more sturdy when I'm going to put a lot of weight up on here. Well, I've just started placing it in and I've discovered 2 problems. First of all, I did not measure the height of this building correct, and you actually can see in the side there. So maybe I need to change that top level, and I wasn't really overly happy with the top level too much to begin with, so maybe I might have another idea just for this top level here. The other problem was as I was attaching it, it wasn't fitting quite right, and then I discovered that this building, it's not actually flat all the way up like I thought. You can see right there, it goes out by 1 stud for this part. That is so annoying. This part is now 1 stud too wide because of this watchtower. So do I redesign this to be 1 stud in and fit around the tower? Or do I reconstruct the tower to be straight? But it looks good. Damn. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, you have the big building of the police station in all tan here. You have the archway here, which the road will continue through. And this little alleyway, I think once I get all of the little all the little tiles to make it look like a cobblestone pathway, I think it'll look really cool. I really like the little shops on either side. I think would work. But once again, I've made a few mistakes up on the top here and at this side, and this top level I'm not 100% set on. So here is the base of the skyscraper that I was talking about. Now, why does it look this way? Well, basically I had heaps and heaps of these pieces and heaps of these big doors. So hopefully I can get some glass to make it look better. I'm still missing a few pieces, and I think with this one I will do interiors. But this is just the framework, and now I'm going to put it on top of that new mock. So I'm quite happy with how it looks, and forgive me, it blends into my wallpaper in the background. But I think the height is amazing. And I think it works well kind of towering over the rest of the city. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I know this update is a bit different, but hopefully you can give me some feedback and I will make some changes and we'll see where we end up. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.